Hello everybody, welcome to a new series. My name is pangoduck. Well, what lovely menu music. Anyway, sorry. So, we are going to be playing Wildermyth. Now, firstly, the elephant in the room. Some people pronounce it Wildermyth. Those people are wrong, okay? Just so we're clear, those people are wrong. I think. Maybe. Not sure. But we're going to assume they're wrong. So, what is this game? This game is, as seems to be the way to describe a lot of games these days, it's an XCOM-like, it's got XCOM combat, but it's very much about kind of the emergent story and the characters. In the beginning, there's quite a lot of story, especially during the kind of little tutorial phase, which isn't too long. It's not like arduous or anything. But we're just going to jump in and play it because it's really good. It's had a lot of rave reviews. I've actually played a little bit of it, because I was testing some audio stuff, so I have seen stuff, which is kind of good because it means I know a little bit more about how it works. And I think that's about it, really, isn't it? This series will be coming out on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. If it's not Tuesday or Thursday or Saturday when you're watching this, well, when it just came out, that would mean there's a bonus episode, which there might be whenever I have time. This game is really fun, so if I do get time, I would like to do it. And then the final thing I will bore you with is that if you are a long-time viewer of mine, you'll notice that, oh my god, this is the first time we don't have a management game on the channel, because it's usually in this slot. I know, don't worry, management games will be back, but I wanted to play this game, and I need to fit it in somewhere, because it's really cool. Now, there is a whole how to play thing, which I read originally. We might dive in here at times just to get a really easy explanation of stuff, but generally, we're going to be fine. So yes, we've got continue from my little test, but we're going to go new story, and because I've actually completed the tutorial, I have access to all these now. But when you first jump in, the only one you have access to is the Age of Ulstryx, which is like they're not all like super narrative, I believe, but this one is. So, well, narrative, like, well, not narrative based, but, you know, strongly influenced by the narrative. So anyway, Age of Ulstryx, a 3-chapter story that is geared towards new players, face off against the implacable Gordon leader, Gordon? Jesus. Right, start again, it's all ruined. No, come on, it's fine. Gorgon leader, Ulstryx. Implacable? Implaceable? I don't even know what that word is. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So, we're going to have the main enemy as the Gorgons. Difficulty Adventurers, the standard difficulty. That'll be fine for now. You can actually customize and have, like, the campaign map difficulties separate from the actual combat. Carved in Stone would obviously be a great idea. It's where, basically, Iron Man mode, so you cannot save scum. I'm going to leave it off because it's recommended for your first playthrough you don't. Just in case we do something really stupid. And because I'm doing a video, it'd be really boring to make me kind of go through it all again just to get to that point, or well, I don't know. We don't really know what we're faced with. Generally, I do prefer to play with Iron Man, and I'm not going to save scum just to save somebody's life if we're okay. No mods, obviously. The map seed is whatever. Okay, and now we have our starting characters. We have a warrior, a hunter, and a mystic. So we can randomize. I mean, you can go in. You can change everything: their name, their gender, body type, voice, all that stuff. Their hair, oh, here you go, yeah, head and face, colors, size, all that stuff. But I'm not going to do that. I'm probably just going to randomize until I get some I'm kind of, you know, rolling with, including their personalities. I don't really know what I'm looking for. We're just kind of going with it. Greedy intellectual. Hardback, the greedy leader. So dinner, romantic leader, greedy romantic, Palmer. I kind of like her cheeky face. Maybe we'll have Palmer. Palmer, the greedy romantic, sure. As for our hunter, Glenbane Wesley. Decisive peacemaker, even though he's a hunter. Yeah, we'll take Wesley. And then for our mystic, hot-headed coward. That would have been funny. Maybe I should have taken that one. Shade, aloof, hot-head, snarky intellectual. Pix. Should we take Pix? Snarky intellectual. So we've got a greedy romantic, decisive peacemaker, and a snarky intellectual. Palmer, Wesley, and Pix. Sure. We're not going to add any calamities, which are essentially buffs to the enemies. And we're just going to hit start. And we will go through the tutorial, but it kind of builds the story. This book. Oh, and the artwork, by the way, is absolutely gorgeous. I just love it. There's room in it for another story. It's cold. I'm stuck here. It's increasingly likely I won't last the night. But that's what books are for, to ensure that our knowledge survives us. By the way, as well, each playthrough, even when you're doing this same narrative campaign, each playthrough is different. Each little bit of the story is different, depending on the character. So this is different to what I had when I tested it, which is pretty cool. Very well, then. This must qualify as the beginning. Here in our yondering country, something in the woods is very strange. Tugged along by the gentle desire to see friends, a young woman named Palmer takes the seasonal road down to the town of Bitterdoggle. Bitterdoggle, that's amazing. I wonder how many of these soft-glancing townsmen remember me. Well, I guess I'll just have to do something memorable this time. Look at that cheeky smile, I love it. Breeze is light that day. Birds are timid. In fact, the whole world is taking a breath, ready to leap into the sea. I'm there already, huh? Here's the hard part, getting Wesley out of the house. I'm sure there's some broken-winged bird the man's decided to care for, and that'll be... That's smoke! Fluttering flames roost amongst the far-off rooftops. Palmer hurries towards town, thinking of Wesley, a young man whom she's known since girlhood. Right, so now we have a choice, and these three will all have a relationship with each other. The base relationship is that they were all childhood friends. So we can choose rivalry, friendship, or romance as the starting point. What I'm probably going to do for these three is go friendship, just make them all childhood friends who've grown up together just being friends. Probably not even rivals. And then my kind of base idea is that as I add new heroes in, we'll maybe look into like romance and rivalry. That's my base plan. We'll see how it plays out, but for now, we'll go with friendship. So, he must have tried to cook breakfast again and set fire to the whole town. Wesley, you alright? I'll get you out, just make a little noise. Alright, so now we're going to go into our first mission, which is obviously going to be saving Wesley. It is much like XCOM, you'll notice, so we have our action points here. Don't worry about the feather, I'll explain that in a second, but we can move. That will take up one action point, as you can see from the indicator, and of course we can take, like all XCOM games, you can go further and use both action points, but you won't be able to do anything when you get there, indicated by the yellow. So in the immediate sense, we're going to use one action point to go here, and then we're going to extinguish with Q the fire. There we go. Next turn, we will obviously do the same thing. And I will talk more about these in a minute, but there's not really much point. Let's go to the door. Our objective is in the top left, by the way. Open door. So open door with Q. That is a feather, which actually means it's free, but don't worry, I'll explain. This house is still standing, at least. Wesley? Fire out here. You're not sleeping, are you? She doesn't know. Thumping on the door. Wesley! Why is no one... The door unlocks. Wesley shoves it open. Hey, do you not smell the... I smell the smoke. Get inside. Whoop. Slam the door. Your bow. Yeah, there's things in the streets. You didn't see any? Like monsters. I don't know. I've got one trapped behind... Garu! What even is that? It's like some kind of horrible hippogriff thing. Anyway. Behind the house. Yeah. Making themselves known. Staying in here isn't really an option. Right. So here, I've got some tools around. You're stronger than I am, so you can swing something pretty good. I bet we can at least drive it off. Oh, okay, we get to choose our weapon. Our starting weapon for... I've forgotten her name already. What's your name? Palmer. For Palmer. So, pitchfork, pickaxe, or a frying pan. So, well, I'd like to keep this creature at arm's length. If it breaks stones, it'll break bones. This is for cooking. Why'd I grab this? Oh, we've got to. We've got to. I love that. This is for cooking. Why'd I grab it? Well, you did grab it. Frying pan. It can be killed, right? Just be ready when you open that door. Okay. So, foe cards. This is the first enemy we're going to run into. It's a roe. Hooves thrown sloppily around beneath it. It runs staggering, bellowing its agony. Sounds great. So that's out the back door. So we'll go inside. We're the warrior, so I guess we want to go outside the room first. You'll notice we can attack scenery. And we now have Slam, 4 damage, 1 knockback. The knockback depends on... Well, one weapon type has knockback. I think it's maces. I think the frying pan counts as a mace, has knockback. So, 4 damage and knockback. Or we can attack scenery, which will obviously... We can attack any of these things. You'll see why they're so relevant as we go forward. For now, we'll move to the door. We'll keep Wesley behind with his bow, and we'll just wait. You'll notice this little icon between them. When they're stood next to each other, they get a defensive buff. I'll tell you what, let's just go... In fact, we're probably going to be told this, but if we go walling, you stand adjacent to an ally, you just take reduced damage. I think it's, yes, reduces incoming damage by 1, but it doesn't stack. So surrounding her with teammates wouldn't help. While we're here, action points. You can see the icons on there. if it's this icon, it's a single action, but it will end your turn when you do it. Like all XCOM games, when you attack, it ends your turn, essentially. This one, without the red bit, is just a single action. You can do this as many times as you want, as long as you've got the action points for it in one turn. And a swift action with the feather is free once per turn. So you can use it for absolutely free, cost you nothing at all. But then once you've done it, they become single actions. So it's only what you see. You've got one feather, but essentially you can use one swift action, and then any things that were swift actions, including the one you used, will become single actions after that for the rest of the turn. And then of course you've got free actions as well. So with that said, we're just going to wait behind, and we're going to open the door. And I'm not sure where we need to go because it is random, but let's go here. Ah, there it is. Obviously, we can't reach it, so I'm actually just going to sit tight. Oh, we blocked the damage. That's huge. Okay, so we will slam. In fact, we might kill it. Really? See, it says 15% stunt. That would be crit, essentially. And when you crit, also, some weapons have on-crit effects, but we'll get into that. So 85% chance, sorry, to hit. You can also see that we will knock it back to that blue square behind. It dodged, so we won't be doing that. That's fine, though, because we've got Wesley, who cannot attack with bows if he's right next to it. But what we can do is move here, so that we're giving that defensive bonus, and then we'll shoot from here. Oh, we did stunts. We got +1, but it's still only 4. Oh, you cheeky bugger. We blocked it, though. Oh, my God, we're winning. Okay. You can come in, Palmer, and finish it off. You got a stunt as well. 6 damage. Nice. There we go. The first basic victory. We put out the fires, and we have killed a rogue. So, Palmer is now a greenhorn warrior. Essentially, she's no longer just nothing. She's a warrior. Warriors like Palmer are built hardy, enduring with a natural aptitude for battle. They develop powerful techniques for close combat. So we now get a choice, and this is random as well, and it can be random each time you level up. You can see we can roll it with these points, LP, that we will get later. For now, though, we've rolled these. So, Raider. Active. As a swift action, Palmer can start fire on an empty tile, or break a piece of adjacent scenery, dealing 1 damage to all foes adjacent to the scenery. Interesting, so she can start a fire. Fire will spread if there's debris nearby as well. Battle Dance is a passive. Melee attacks only cost Palmer 1 action, meaning that if we've got 2 skill points, then presumably, sorry, not skill points, action points. Presumably, if we had 2 action points, we could attack twice. They wouldn't end your turn anymore. And then we've got Blood Rage, which is another passive. Infuriated by wounds, Palmer deals +1 damage for every 2 health she's missing. Oh, I kind of like that. This is tempting, though, to have 2 attacks. That's actually pretty big, isn't it? Battle Dance. I think I'll actually take Battle Dance. Having 2 attacks seems wild. Wesley is now a greenhorn hunter. Hunters like Wesley thrive in the wild, surviving through stealth and peerless archery. They master their surroundings and bring down large quarry. So his choices are Crippling Strikes, passive. Wesley's attacks apply 2 hobble to the enemy, which presumably, like, I don't know, half their movement range or something, I assume. Oh, we can mouse over. Speed temporarily reduced, so yeah, I assume so. Piercing shots. Wesley's ranged attacks have 1 pierce. Can we, like, mouse over pierce as well? I assume it either... Well, I assume it goes through armor, which is actually huge. And then we've got archery. After a ranged attack against him or any adjacent allies, Wesley counterattacks with a ranged attack of his own. Oh, I really like that one. So if he gets hit by a ranged attack or any of his adjacent teammates get hit by a ranged attack, he will fire back automatically. I'm actually going to take that because that sounds amazing. And we have a Wolf Heart Ring, which adds 0.7 health. So I suppose we'll give that to Palmer, since she is so-called tanking. Whoa, did it get you? I have some bandages inside. Wow, you can really fight, Palmer. The creature's death is quiet. It seems to slip from life in a few stunned, hazy blinks. They'll spend a piece of the day getting the flames under control. The damage isn't as bad as it could have been. Townsfolk emerge from hiding to fight... Oh, sorry. I emphasized that wrong. Hang on. Townsfolk emerge from hiding to fight fires and clear debris. Some full of curiosity, others visibly haunted by what they've seen. We should go. Pix is alone, unless you think... I mean, I'm not sure who's safer suddenly. He's at that ruined tower by now. It's a long way. Can we leave the town a mess? Others will take care of it, but Pix will be waiting for us. What happened today could be happening everywhere, couldn't it? Something about that tower. It's just stuck in my mind. It's like when you get apple skin in your teeth. Is it really? Huh? Yeah. Anyway. Anyway, I just think we said we'd meet him. We should. The tower in the hills. You've been there? Yeah, once actually. Looking at the tracks, they come and they go in that direction. Palmer and Wesley follow the pounded path of monstrous feet, hoping for the best and dreading every other possibility. Oh, we have a choice. Okay, so this is between Wesley and Pix then. So again, we'll go friendship. Let him be alive and unhurt. A wordless while passes between them, but the quiet only heightens their worry. You've known Pix longer than I have. He's pretty capable, I feel like. Yeah, Pix lost his own thoughts sometimes, but he doesn't often disappoint me, you know? Weird things do tend to happen around him, but I'd say he's probably up there now. Figuring things out. Okay. Find Pix at the old tower. So, yeah. Scouting. So at the moment, we only know the region of Bitterdoggle. And as you can see, we can gather our party here. We can prepare defenses against incursions, which we'll get into. Or we could craft. But obviously, for the moment, we've got to go and scout out this zone to find Pix at the old tower. So what we do is we'll click that zone. We will scout. And we could, like, not send everybody. But as you can see, it changes the travel time, and the completion time. Obviously, it's way quicker with Wesley involved, and he seems to have a multiplier to it, times 3.2 being a hunter, whereas Palmer actually makes it worse than default, than default, because you got 0.8. But anyway, we're obviously both going to go. So we'll spend some days, you can see the days passing up there, we'll spend some days travelling over, scouting the area. The previous night. The tower where Pix had arranged to meet Palmer and Wesley is the place he'd often used to escape to as a boy. He knows its rooms and floors so well. He could survive being chased through them. Okay, there's rampant coughing happening. And now I wait, I suppose. More coughing. Dust gets deep as rain puddles in here. Coughing. I think he's got coronavirus. Alive is alive. Until that beast breaks through. You really are a curiosity to me, Beast. Beast is like choking on a bunch of furniture, apparently. It's a shame about your attitude. Yeah, quite. The tower has outlived generations. Weathered and sagging, it defends nothing now. Not even from rain. But as the old will tell you, precious things go overlooked in a ruin. What lodges amid the bones of failure is often the dream that drove it. As Pix is about to find out. Yes, that book. Why have I never... Okay, the monster's still kicking off. Easy there. I guess you're wondering why I'm talking to myself, huh, Beast? I'm also wondering. Pix bends to pull it loose. Oh! The book's heavier than its slender spine suggests. Wildermyth, he said it! He said it! Look at all this. It's full of strange stories, the folklore of folk long forgotten. Circles of the Ancients. It's wild nonsense how a woodcutter can read the rings inside old trees to find the exact moment a grove began calling itself a forest. It's pretty cool, actually. It's not nonsense. What are you talking about? The Jester and the Jailer is the farcical tale of a condemned court jester. She convinces her guard that the world inside the cell is freedom, and so the dutiful guardsman removes her. Mama Bitterdoggle's horn. Okay. Spins the yarn of a mother who drank so much and laughed so freely that she grew a beautiful spiral horn. Her children were very proud. What? I like that story though. Why not? I like the weird ones. Pix reaches the last word of the final tall tale. A few blank pages are left. This book. Something in him feels like it's coming loose, but he can't tell exactly what. There's room in it for another story. It's cold. I'm stuck here. Very well then, this must qualify as the beginning. Here, in our yondering country. Pix writes, words are ready. Omens have formed in the fabric of everything, and he's beginning to recognize them now. Some are just misgivings. They've crept through his body like the sourceless aches one wakes with. Others are more substantial. Now they seem lightning plain. Oh, no. Very, very bad emphasis. Now they seem lightning plain. A promise of thunder. I shouldn't be... That's a good job I'm not paid to read. Right. For in the wild black woods where birds once belled, a hateful silence churns. Right, listen, trust me. It's not all reading, I promise. It's the tutorial. Don't worry. Pain lights Pick's head. Subsides. I made it to morning? He lowers his bleary eyes. His story lies before him in luminous script. Empty pages have sprouted behind it. Why do I feel powerful? Okay, choose. He pulls the spoon from his pocket. He slides a branch from the rubble. It's sturdy. It has a palm-loving twist. All right, well, it's pretty tempting to keep collecting the cooking implements that we've been doing, but I think we'll go staff, right? I don't know what the spoon qualifies as, but if he's gonna, he is our mystic, so I'm gonna go staff. Well, beast, it's time. I'm getting out of here. Indeed, let us get out. So, foe cards. We've now got the Rager. It charges without seeing, misshapen tusks swinging wildly. Well, that sounds terrible. Okay, so we're now going to learn about interfuse. And you can see, use interfusion to kill from a distance. So, what interfuses? What interfuses is this. Interfuse with an object, then use the object to attack. So, if we interfuse with this table or bench or whatever it is, we would get Splinter Blast, which then we could cast on this monster because they're in range of the item we're interfusing. That's essentially how it is. We can use scenery or fire. Now, we can show it in action. So we can do, that is why all this scenery matters. And you'll notice when we mouse over it now, or like this one, the chest gives us Splinter Blast. 2 damage, 1 shred, 1 pierce. This, on the other hand, has got advanced interfusion. So yes, it gives us shackle by default, which is 1 damage, 4 range, which is terrible, I might add, but it pins. You'll notice warp metal into grasping appendages that pin a single enemy for 2 turns, so it will stop them from moving. But it also has mechanism and book, but they're locked because we don't have the advanced interfusion skill related to those things. So different items will have different interfusions. Some will have 2 anyway, like this. You get Discus, 4 damage, 4 range from the stone, and you get Steel Fire. Because it's a forge, you can get both the stone and the fire out of it. And then that's also 4 magic damage and 4 range. But anyway, let's head out. Revealed, there's the Rager. Notice he has 1 armor. That will negate... I don't know if it negates magical damage, but it does negate damage in general. So, what we're going to do is we're going to interfuse, and then as we press that, you'll see we get a bunch of options. Note that the range is from not me, but the item I interfuse. So, because I made this mistake when I was testing, not on this bit, but on another bit, and if you interfuse something, and I was like this, for example, Scalding Rain has 4 range, and let's say I was in range and this item wasn't, I'd soon find out it was no good to me, because it's the range from the item you interfuse. What I would like to do... What have we got? So we've got Splinter Blast, 2 damage, 1 shred, 1 pierce. This Grain has Constrict, which hobbles it. 2 damage. Magic damage, I might add. Splinter Blast there as well. Barrage. 2 to 4 damage, 5 range from the tools. Splinter Blast, Splinter Blast, Splinter Blast, and Splinter Blast. What I might do is get a little bit cheeky. I don't actually know whether he can break through this barrier and attack us. So what I'm actually going to do is... I don't think I can kill him in 1 anyway, because he's got the armor. This does 2 to 4 damage. He's got 5 HP plus 1 armor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the grain bag to hobble it so it can't move very far, and do 2 damage, and then hopefully we can kill it next turn. So we'll select the grain bag, interfuse with that, and now you'll see, as well as withdraw to stop interfusing, we can interfuse with something else, but we've now got Constrict. 2 magic damage, 6 range, hobble. So we will Constrict. Hopefully, if it hits. And it did. Perfect. And because it's magic damage, I think it bypassed the armor. Because he had 5 HP, right? That's my thinking. We could use Constrict again. But what I'm going to do is interfuse with the tools, which is 2 to 4 damage. And for the time being, we will have both, I think, for this turn. Yes, we've still got Constrict from there. But we've now got Barrage as well. You can see the indicators that it's hobbled. It can't move very far. And we're going to use Barrage now. And we get the kill. So that's how interfusing works. It seems a bit weird, but it plays out in such a fun way. It's so cool. Right, Pix has grown stronger. Now Greenhorn Mystic. As a Mystic, Pix has acquired the knack for infusing his spirit with earthly things, drawing on these bonds to enact formidable magics. Right, what do we got? Archers. Active. Pix bonds with the earth and summons from seedling and silt a wondrous tree that pins surrounding enemies. Ooh, so you can bring up a tree in the middle of enemies and it will pin them all there. That's actually pretty cool. Vigor Flow. It's a passive. For each interfused object, Pix physical attacks gain 2 damage. Interfused objects take 1 damage whenever a physical attack is used. Wow, so you could be like more of a kind of battle mage. Interesting. Now increase your physical damage by interfusing things. That's a really cool playstyle. And then we've got Elementalist, which is advanced interfusions. Ooh. So fire, passive, does not burn out while interfused. Wood, active, splinter salvo, so you must get an extra wood ability. And liquid, upgrade, infernal rain. I think I might actually take this and start getting some advanced spells out of things. I think that'll be fun. So we'll go Elementalist. We also get a gravel pelt cloak. That's 0.5 armor. Obviously, we can salvage it for materials, but we don't have a cloak, so we'll give it to Pix. Claim. And now he's wearing it, as you can see. In fact, I think he might even wear it in this bit. More monsters roam the ruined halls and rattle the rotting furniture. But Pix moved quietly, sensing his way in the dark. Daylight lands on his wrist. Cool wind soothes his tired eyes. All I had to do was the impossible. Not too bad. He closes the tower door, gentle, to make no noise. That was the Mystic's art that I did, right, tower? Where'd I get it from? Could it have just happened? Is it just one of those things? Things a man's born with that might blossom in his life when he needs them? That's the illogic of stories. It can't truly explain anything. I need to get back to the library. Pix? But am I a bedtime story now? Am I going to find a talking animal who gives me a quest? Pix, you alright there? No, it's not a talking animal. Hey Pix, something happened? I forgot you two were coming. I'm sorry. I just had the weirdest night and day, and Palmer and I only barely made it. Yeah, see that smoke on the horizon? That's from the town. Yeah, that's Bitterdoggle. It burned? Garoo! I'll stop doing. I'll stop doing the monster noises. Just look, you can read it. It's fine. Things are different than they were. Yeah. Well, I don't know if you ever seen something quite like this. A monster? Sure we have. We slay monsters. Look at his face. Look. What? All right. Okay. Well, I do magic. He does indeed do magic. So, our next objective, assault Gramwist Tower. God, some of these words are terrible. So we've discovered a new site. It's still under enemy control, and we now need to assault it. Obviously, normally when we go into a zone, when we're not in the tutorial, we wouldn't have had that whole story-based combat then. It would be a case of scout, what's there? Right, oh, okay, it's something we need to assault, and we'd go straight in. So we're going to go and have our first battle with all 3 people. Which will actually probably be the end of the tutorial, I imagine. Okay. I feel like I do belong in the front. I'm not sure no one will mind the view. Oh, and I'm sure no one will mind the view. What am I talking about? Jesus. She's being arrogant. Of course she is. A perfect understanding isn't likely to emerge. What these beasts are, where they came from, what drove them to attack the town of Bitterdoggle. But letting them nest here feels like the wrong idea. Quite agree. What? I'm not wrong, am I? Anyway, a plan. Do we have one? Okay, so now we can choose. So, courage or stoicism. So the first option, back at my house, it was pretty simple. Kill the beast before it kills you. Okay, so that's Wesley's idea, sorry. And then Pix says, I just came out of there. If we're methodical, patient, we can fend them off at least. I think, well, I mean, that's pretty tempting, but I feel like, especially since we don't know what we're going to face, I feel like stoicism is the way. We'll be methodical. And now you can see, because I've done that, we have a combat modifier, all heroes plus 1 armor / warding. Okay. Right then, it's WASD to look around a bit. We've got some stuff to use out here if we needed it, but we've obviously got to go inside. I think I would rather... We don't have to go in the order that we're given. I'm pretty sure we can just select Palmer if she hasn't been yet. And I think we'll get her to open the door. Okay, you'll notice now, because it wasn't really shown to us, but she, as a warrior, has Guardian, which is essentially Overwatch from other XCOM games. So end your turn and wait for an enemy to come within range. If anyone moves within melee range, she'll hit them. Only once, though. Only the first enemy that does it. So I think we'll probably do that, because we've been discovered by a row anyway. And if it comes out here, we'll hit it. What we have as a hunter for Wesley is Silk Step, which slips into the grey plane. Now, grey plane is essentially stealth, invisibility. We're hidden to enemies unless they walk right next to us. And it means that when we attack out of the grey plane, we will ignore all armor, which is really cool. So I'm actually going to do that. When you use it, it ends your turn, but you can hop somewhere. We'll hop there. Now we're hidden. And then, obviously, I don't think we have anything apart from interfuse for Pix. What I'll probably do is move him here so that we give the defensive bonus to Palmer. And maybe we'll interfuse with the oven? Depends how far that goes. If it comes outside... Oh, we can use Splinter Salvo from here, though. It's only got 2 range, though. So it really depends where it comes from. So I'll tell you what, we won't interfuse. We'll wait to see what it does. Okay, there's a raccoon as well, who has a ranged attack, which kind of throws things out of whack a little bit. Maybe we'll just go for this, or the brazier. No, we'll go for the oven. We'll interfuse with the oven. That gives us Discus and Steel Fire, both of which do 4 damage. Fire does magic damage, and both have 4 range. And obviously, interfuse is a free action. So, that said, both of these end our turn, so it's not like we can move again afterwards. I suppose we'll just use Steel Fire. It doesn't really matter. Oh, hang on. A Stone Disc launch... Oh, see, you should read it as well. Launches at an enemy or scenery and then ricochets to another nearby enemy, dealing half damage to the second target. Whereas Steel Fire burns where it lands and deals half damage to units it passes through. Now, in this case, I don't think the Discus will rebound that far anyway. I can't attack that one around the corner, so I suppose we'll use that on the row. I think it might be a flank, because he's... Oh, no, I don't think it is, because he's not facing that way. Funnily enough, if we blow up the brazier, that seems to kind of explode and maybe 35% chance to hit the raccoon. But anyway. How much did we do? I missed it. We've only got 2 HP left. Probably just move in and kill it. We get the stunt, which wasn't needed, but that's fine. Probably just keep Palmer in front here. We're hidden, obviously. So what I'll do, I think, is I'll move us in. But I won't reveal us just yet, because we're obviously going to get attacked one more time. 2 armor shredded, but we did block the damage. Ah, and because a ranged attack hit Palmer, and Wesley was adjacent, and we gave him that passive archery ability, he's immediately counterattacked. And now that raccoon is basically screwed, and we might be able to just kill it. There we go. Oh, and those were the only 2 monsters, because obviously it's a very easy battle. There we go. We got the value from the counterattack already. What dropped? A Ring of Power. Plus 0.7 bonus damage. I might give that to... maybe Wesley as our hunter could be damage focused. Obviously the Wolfheart Ring is already there for Palmer. We'll give Wesley the kind of flat damage boosts, I think. The last misshapen creature folds its bone and dies. Blue fluids darken the dust. Just blood, I suppose. Corrupted blood? Corrupted is a heady word. Hey, look at us. Look what we did. Yeah. Day drops. Day rises. Dusk is sweet. The sunrise, sweeter. It's not long before they've cleaned the old tower up a bit. I wish we'd get a storm. How dramatic this place would look. Someone's got to keep fighting. On our roads, our hills, in our wild places, the threat will only grow. We all feel that. Let's not wait to be overrun. We're a company of heroes now. We'll walk the land, we'll fight. People need us. We'll give ourselves a name and make sure it's one they'll sing. Sounds like you've thought about this. Yeah, too right. So now we've got to name the company. A company of heroes that we're going to be, including heroes that we pick up afterwards. Each of them have got a suggestion. Or we can enter our own. I'm not going to enter our own. I'm going to use one of their suggestions, which I've not even looked at yet. Because, I don't know, I just kind of think it vibes with the characters. So, right. Your suggestion then, Wesley, will be called the Daughters of the Drunken Spear. Alright. Fair enough. Palmer's suggestion, well, how about the Cast of the Clover? And then Pix, maybe the Club of the Favoured Witch? I kind of like the Club of the Favoured Witch. I think that's hilarious. We'll get Club of the Favoured Witch. After that, the 3 of them are inseparable. Rumours are rampant. Heroes are needed. This world will be flooded in sorrows, but its defenders are joined by a fire that night. Here follows the tales of the Club of the Favoured Witch. Be remembered. Okay, calamities. Your enemies improve their strategies after every fight. So this is where it gets pretty interesting. We can't cancel this. We're not allowed to block this calamity from happening. So the Gorgon's Rager 1, a new card is going to be added to their deck, sorry. Sometimes it's a buff to the unit, but in this case, the Gorgon deck is going to get another card. It's going to be more dangerous. Nothing we can do about it. You can now see that there's a bunch of different factions, but there's only 4 of them that are in the game. In this case, the Dralven are not present. However, the Deepists, the Gorgons, the Morthagi, and the Thrixel are in the game. And just to show how it's different, last time when I tested it, the Deepists weren't in the game and the Dralven were. So, we can see that's been added to their deck. The Gorgons, they now have an extra card. Right. Scout Rogue Dark Gasworks. Now, obviously, technically we can do what we want. Like, we can go and scout this area, I assume. Yeah, we can move around. We could come back here. We could craft. We could recruit. But just for the moment, I am going to continue with the objective given. So we will scout the Rogue Dark Gasworks. We will take everyone. Again, we could not take everyone. In fact, we don't even lose any time if we get rid of the other 2. It's Wesley carrying. But there is something to be said for taking at least 3. Because if you're in a zone that's kind of overrun a little bit, 1 to 2 heroes can get ambushed, and that will just be terrible. We don't want to lose anyone, obviously. Right then, Rogue Dark Gasworks. We've got Lurking Gorgons, Strength 3. Locked, Assault Rogue Dark Gasworks. We must achieve our other objective first, so we need to clear all hostile sites. So I assume that would be... No? How am I misunderstanding? Clear all hostile sites? Oh, did I not secure that? Oh, I didn't secure the tower before I left. Oh, what an idiot. Because of the story, I've got confused and forgotten a very crucial step, which is actually securing the... I mean, they did in the story, but anyway. After you've cleared something out, you've got to secure the tower. Well, that's fine. We needed to scout this anyway, so we haven't really lost a ton of time. Just a little bit of extra travel. So, they'll be forever grateful for the work we do. Secure Gramwith's Tower. This site can be... because this site can provide resources now at the end of each chapter. Spend resources to upgrade hero weapons and armor. So that will allow us to craft with the resources generated from each zone. So we can choose investigate thoroughly, catalog everything that will find an item, or we can just burn what's not useful and get it ship shape. It will work faster, but we won't get an item. In this case, let's go for an item. We'll all go back and do it because it'll be quicker. I wasted time traveling because I've done an extra trip, but at least we've done the scouting already. So we'll just clear that out while the days pass. I should have done it before leaving. I was getting ahead of myself. Okay, research complete. A thorough delving through the mysteries of Gramwith's Tower has proven rewarding. Please, let's not fight over who gets the item. Yeah. Gramwith's Tower will return to the hands of the common folk. While they tend it, this site will provide resources at the end of each chapter. So we'll always get this message now for every place that we take. In this case, we get hides, ingots, and spell threads, which is very nice. And we also found a Brooch of Power. Extra bonus damage. It's a slot that's not already filled for Wesley, and we'll keep pumping damage into Wesley, I think. Why not? Okay, now we would go over here, I believe. Yeah? I hope that's right. Pretty sure that's right. But while we're here, now that we've got resources, let's take a quick look at crafting. I'm not actually going to do it. If whoever you choose to craft for, they do have to go back to the zone, travel there, and then craft the item. But here you go. So we did start with the frying pan. That is a mace. We can get other maces. You will also see that more things will appear in each level because, for example, you can run into things that give you like an enchanted weapon and it opens up a whole new tree of items that you can upgrade with special effects and everything. There's a lot to go at. But assuming we were going to get rid of our frying pan and make a basic level 1 mace, we would need 1 ingot, 1 hides, and 1 heartwoods. We actually have the ingots and the hide, but we don't have the heartwoods, so we can't do that. Likewise, we can craft anything. We can click on anybody and craft a new thing for anybody. All is wonderful, and the same for the armor as well. But obviously, we don't have a lot of resources yet, so we're not going to be doing anything. But we can craft all kinds of things, and like I say, we're going to unlock more kind of enchanted versions as well. So that's crafting, right? I think are we happy to like go here now? Can we gather? It says we've got to. I'm hoping when we unpause, clear all hostile sites. Tell me, What am I missing? Have I got to do something else first? Maybe this is what we're supposed to do at the end. Imagine being this much of a noob. Okay, what I think it actually means then is that we've actually got to clear all the other hostile sites on the map first. Now, I assume that's not the whole map. But okay, that's fine. At least we've scouted it. Let's go over here then. The Proud Herder Plains. We'll take everybody. Let's have a look. Oh, that didn't take long. You will now see, before we move on to that Gorgons are infesting this tile, hence the kind of bramble look. They may ambush groups of 2 or fewer heroes, that's what it's talking about, patrol or take out the source to clear the infestation. Now, if you let infestations grow too much, that can become an incursion, and that's essentially when an army of that faction, in this case Gorgons, will start roaming around and attacking your zones, your sites. We won't be able to keep getting resources, they'll take it over, they'll burn it down, whatever, and we have to either build defenses to hold them off, or go there with our heroes and get rid of them. Now though, first thing is first. We've got lurking Thrixel in this place, so let us assault. Probably need to end the episode soon, but we're going to do this first. Almost a Dark World altar, aren't we? Terrain looks right. Hills are tough, but rich. That's the tallest point up ahead. We can get a lay of the land from there. they don't look convinced. Well, huffing. That was steeper than it needed to be. Quite a view, though, I'll say that. This is atop the highest hill. Oh, what's this? Huh? An egg. Palmer, this isn't safe. What a find! I'm a bit worried what else we'll find. Come on, Palmer, leave it alone. Let's head down. Or, these are valuable, you know, whether they hatch or not. There's a 44% chance of what I assume is some kind of opportunity here. Maybe for the egg to hatch, but obviously we're going to take it because we want to see what happens. So we will take the egg. Palmer, it's fine. I'll just be 2 seconds. If she just dies. Now, how should I guess this old flour sack. Palmer, it's here. It's about to be... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And now we have a problem. Hurry up, faster! In the bag, little buddy. Duck! Walk! Oh. Oof. My egg, she's shattered. It could be our skulls next. They managed to scramble down safely the rest of the way. Okay, so I guess we didn't pass the 44% chance. That night, they hear a shrill, distant keening that rises from the hills, mournful and unbreaking. The stars throb. Something covers them for an instant, and they reappear. The fire pecks pine cones and scatters sparks. -20 goofball? What does that mean? Can we look? No, we're going into a mission. All right, wound. Palmer, start combat with half health because she was hit. The foes, then. Thrixel Dweaver. Its head weaves in odd patterns. Eyes shine like moons. Hissing suddenly, it looms to strike. This is the same, but slightly different coloured. And we've got a Thrixel Thrusk. Clambering and clattering, it cries out in doubled voice. Oh, these things look painful to, like, be alive. So, Palmer starts with half HP. There's also a Water Spirit. You'll notice defeat all foes, catch the Water Spirit before it disappears. That's an optional, but we still want to do it, obviously, if we can. I think the first thing I will do... Move forward. No doubt we will discover the enemies. No? Well, I'm going to Silk Step. Maybe even right next to the Spirit. Will that count as catching it? Oh, we actually did. That was... Oh, I'm so pleased we managed to get that on the first turn. Okay. The Water Spirit. Are you alright, little one? And now we have a choice. Enchant the bow. Enchant our dagger. Or gain a legacy point up here. Now, legacy points, the LPs, we will use them to prevent those catastrophes. You know, those... In fact, they're not called catastrophes. What are they called? Was it catastrophes? Calamities? You know what I mean. Where they got an extra card, and in future they may upgrade their units and stuff. So legacy points are really good, but I'm way too excited about the prospect of a water bow. So we're gonna enchant our bow. Okay. All right. So we get a Blushwood Weaver. There you go. It's an extra damage, and rather than basic, so it goes from 3 to 4 damage, and rather than having basic damage, we now have water. Now, water has a stunt effect of refunding an action point. So in other words, if we crit, we'll actually refund our action point. Which probably mean we get to attack again then. Even though this was supposed to end our turn of attacking, we get another action point back if we crit, which is actually really cool. So we'll obviously do that. We could rename it. Blushwood Weaver is absolutely fine with me. Awesome. Right. Defeat all foes then. I don't know where they are. I guess they're all the way back here. We're obviously invisible. Pix will not be invisible. Palmer's a bit low on health. We'll still move right out. And we'll move next to... No? Alright, let's scout ahead with Wesley. Aha! The thrust. How do I want to approach this? I want to play it safe, especially since we've got half health. It won't take a lot for things to get out of control. Speak of the devil. I think now that we've discovered them, we'll move back. With you, I'm actually going to interfuse with the stone. It's not in range, though. We don't have a lot of options, actually. It's mostly stones. So we might... Oh, that one has fire. Why does that have fire? Is there a lamp on the stone? Oh, yeah, there's a lamp in the stone. Okay. I'm going to do this one, though. And I assume we can't reach with the discus yet. No. But that's fine. What we'll do is we'll just wait. Although I could interfuse with something else as well. Is there any point? I guess we'll just interfuse with both. Why not? Oh, he's coming around. What are you doing? Oh, they can interfuse. Oh, that's bad news. Guarding. I don't know what guarding does, but I assume we do not want to go in there. Guarding. Grief will attack the first enemy that comes within range this turn. Okay, that's fine. Right, let's go to Pix and just... Can we... No. We haven't got the range to do anything. Can you really? Ah, we can do the steel fire here. 81% chance to hit. Probably will kill. That's actually brilliant. Plus 3 element or plus elementalist. That's good because that was the thing that was interfusing with this, right? I think. So we should be safe. Hopefully. I'm going to move over here. I'm going to guardian. I don't want to leave you in the lurch. Just stay invisible for now. I'm going to let them come forward. Oh, he's infusing. Oh god, they're all infusing. We want to get the hell away from those stones then. Okay, in that case, new plan. We can... Yeah, we can hit it from there. You can just see a little red line going across where we can hit it. We can actually hit it from there even. I will maybe go behind the tree though. And now we will shoot. We bypass armor. Oh, 5 damage. Lovely. Ignored the armor. Pix. Still got discus from here. So actually, you might be able to finish the job. But it is only 4 damage and doesn't bypass armor. So that's a problem. We could interfuse with that again. But we've got to light that lamp to get it back. An adjacent ally or interfuse mystic can light this lamp. Oh, so that would cost... We don't really have the action points to waste there. That said, we don't have many options on what to do. Okay, first things first, let's move away. I think we will use the discus. Maybe if we crit, we might, or stunt I should say, we might get the kill. We did not. What I'm going to do now with Palmer is also move her the hell away from that thing and hopefully out of range. We might get attacked anyway. What the hell? You cheeky bugger. There's fire there. Didn't even realise. Oh my goodness, they're teleporting. They used warp. I didn't realise they could do that. Okay. So they've interfused with this. We do need to get kills quickly then. Or get the hell away from stuff. I do want you to fire no matter what. So I guess I'm going to move you... How much range does that have? Oh, it's got fire as well. Okay. I think what we do is move nicely away from that. And we get the kill with Palmer. Dodged? Oh, that's so bad. Oh, yes, flanking. Of course, if you flank, which is being more than 90 degrees away from where they're attacked, or they last attacked or facing, you will get 100% hit chance. That's true. That is true, but I didn't really have a lot of movement to play with there. I think what we'll do is move Pix away as well. Interfuse, probably with this stone. And we better just get the kill. The ricochet was dodged. I didn't even think about the ricochet because I'm a moron. I think I might just move you right down as well. Maybe... I could silk step actually, couldn't I? Let's do that. Come here. And then we'll silk step here. And you're hidden. Hopefully you're out of range of that, although... Uh-oh. He's warped over to it. I don't know what this means, but we're not taking any damage, so I'm happy. Okay, we should be able to get the kill here, shouldn't we? That's not a flank, is it? No, but what would be a flank? I guess it hasn't attacked, so it's facing whatever way it damn well pleases. However... could I cause a flank? Maybe. I'll tell you what. Come to a... safe-ish distance. Shoot. You'll bypass the armor, which is great. 5 damage. I mean, I'm sure we're going to kill it anyway. Going to bring... yeah, this is a flank look over here because we've made it face that way by shooting. So now if we go over here... I mean, we didn't really have to go all that way. And that'll be a flank. And we do enough damage. Okay, good. On our way towards leveling up with Palmer. I don't know how we're going to heal her, unless that's just this combat and she will be back to full health. I'm not sure. Bracelet of Rhythm. Speed. Ooh, I kind of want to give speed to Wesley as well, actually. Sorry, I know we're favouring Wesley a lot here. Pix hasn't got anything. Okay, Calamities. That's the one, not Catastrophe. Your enemies improve their strategies after every fight. So the ones after the fight, we cannot cancel with LP. So, the Thrixel... Now stronger, sorry, with 25% extra health. That's kind of spooky. That gets added over to the Thrixel deck. And we can't stop those. What we can stop is these. 59 days until the next Calamity card. Then we can do it. 408 days till the next Incursion. Like I say, we've got a bit of an infestation there. We could... well, we need to secure this first. I'll tell you what, let's secure it. Let's do that, and then we'll end the episode for today. Maybe next episode we'll go and craft something, depending on what we get from this. Okay, we will catalogue everything. We will use everybody. We'll crack that out. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Same message as before. Perhaps one day they'll tell our story in this very spot. Resources at the end of the chapter. Hides and spell threads. Okay. Bear strength sash. Extra damage. I might give this to Pix, actually. I assume that applies to spells, but maybe it doesn't. Hold on. Can we look at him? No, because it's not spell damage. Yeah, bonus damage is physical attacks. Also factored into some abilities. That's a bit spooky. I think we'll give it to Wesley for now, because I'm not sure how effective that will be. So, if we hold this at the end of the chapter, we'll now get a hide and a spell thread. We should have got one just for being there. You'll notice we can also now prepare defenses, which will fortify the tile against those incursions I talked about. Now then, I'd also like to recruit. Maybe we'll go back. Craft, recruit. Is that the edge of the map for now? Yeah, we can't go that way. We can go there. What I might do is go back here first. Maybe I should come here and build defenses? Nah, because we've got a while. Yeah, I'll go back here first probably. Recruit and craft. Question then. What can we craft? We don't have any heartwood, so I can't... weapons are a bit of a struggle. Obviously, the water bow is fine. You can see now we've got another level of bows, whereas we just had these 3 before. We've now got the water bow, which can be upgraded to a tier 2 water bow and a tier 3 water bow, and you keep that water infusion, so it's really cool. Again, I bet it's heartwood. Yeah, we haven't found any heartwoods. That's a shame. What about... we've got spell thread, though. We don't have fabrics. Damn, I guess we can't really craft anything for anybody. That's a bit sad, isn't it? We actually need a few more resources. I'll still probably go back and recruit, though. Anyway, that will be next episode. So straight away next episode, we'll go back and recruit a 4th member. Start setting things up for that. And then I think we'll go into Fayfield. And we'll leave that one infesting for the time being. And try and clear out over here. That's the plan. So anyway, Hope you're enjoying it. This game is so much fun. It's really, really cool as well. Really looking forward to carrying on with it. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Have a great day, whatever you're doing, wherever you are, and I will see you in the next episode.